Good morning, everyone. June is here. Ooh, it's getting hot outside. And I brought props with me today to share all the news. So this is our little brochure for summer reading, and you see a big octopus about the little kids reading on the front. The theme of summer reading is oceanography, and the slogan is Oceans of Possibility. So this is for all ages, and inside you'll get a look at all the important dates and things to note on your calendar to come out for and enjoy, to have fun reading and just crafts and activities. There's a little bit of information on the inside about the prizes. You get prizes for reading in the summer. That's an incentive because nothing can beat the summertime blues like a good book. And we want our kids to keep on reading even though school's out, so they don't lose those reading skills and practice identifying words and comprehension and enjoy stories. There's so many good benefits to summer reading. And here in the back of the brochure, we have some activities for the kids to also have a rhyme time scavenger hunt and do some coloring. But the main thing, as I said, was reading for prizes, and you can rack up your reading points by every 20 minutes. And the goal is to read from birth to 4 years, at least 500 minutes. And you're wondering, how can children that young read? Well, parents can read to them. So they're reading with their ears, they're listening, and they're watching as you model the reading technique with turning pages, talking about pictures and that kind of thing. It helps kids. They say that every child that reads prior to school, the goal, I believe, is 1,000 books before kindergarten. Listening is reading, okay? So if you're listening to books being read, you eventually begin understanding how the concept of reading works and identifying sounds and words. And it makes you more successful as you're learning in school to start with learning the reading skills and how to, build vocabulary, make kids smart. And it's a good way for parents and kids to bond together. So parents, read with your young ones. They can earn prizes too. There's prizes for all ages. All you need is 500 minutes. You'll get a little sheet as you read along that lets you track your progress. So you'll track your progress and just check off when you read books and how long you took to spend each day. Now, for children from 5 years to 18 years, the goal there is 1,000 minutes. And then if you're 19 and over, we're going to shoot for 2,000 minutes. So dive into a great book. And there's a platform that you can register for on our website, and our children's librarians can help you with that. Our adult librarians as well can help the adults. But the platform is called readsquared.com. And you go there, you can download an app on your phone and register online or with your app, or just come inside the library. We'll help you to register. And that helps you track what you're reading, and you can write book reviews, give a few thoughts, and share some reflections on things that you've read. You can see what other people are reading, and it's a good way to share community readers advisory that way. So depending on the age of the participants, there are different types of prizes, but every age group will receive rewards. So we want you to get rewarded for reading this summer. Let's see what's coming up this coming month in the next few days. Star Theater will be performing The Little Mermaid in their wacky and madcap style, and that will be at the Benton Hall Auditorium on June 21st at 5 o'clock. And we ask for you to register in advance for that. You can register anytime between June 6th and June 20th. The actual performance is on June 21st. And that's a Tuesday evening at 5 o'clock. Bright Star Theater and The Little Mermaid. And there are other programs to note and things to look for. As always, every Monday morning at 11 o'clock, we have Monday Mayhem. and that's with Miss Elizabeth, and she gets crafty with fun alphabet type crafts. And you can come inside and show the little paper plate letter craft that you did with her online and get some sort of a prize that way as well. Now, every Thursday at 9:30, and that's today. Today's not a Thursday. So when I'm through here, you might want to check out Baby Songs. Baby Songs are online. You can rock out with her as she sings, and she does some little ocean themed finger plays all summer long with Baby Songs. Also want to note that every Monday, starting June the 6th, next Monday, at noon over in Rhonda at the Rhonda Town Hall, you can come for a story time and a craft. We're going to be doing art in the park every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. And this will be at Fish Dam Creek Park and Kerscott Reservoir out there at the dam every Tuesday in June at 4 o'clock. So come on out and enjoy us. And we'll be at the Cub Creek Park in July, and we'll be at Smoot Park in August. But for the month of June, we're going to be at the Fish Dam Creek Park. We also have a great story walk out there. If you haven't tried those yet, you know, you can walk along the trail, read the markers, find out about a new story every month out there. Want to also mention that at the Trap Hill Library every Thursday at 11 o'clock, starting next week, we'll have ocean themed story time and a craft in person. So if you live out in the Trap Hill area, visit us at the library there, or just drive on out there. It's a nice country drive for you. You'll enjoy it. And this is all sorts of good fun. I was looking at the notes. So pick up your copy of the program, register anyone in your family to read and join in and have fun with us this summer. I'll be at the Trap Hill Library on the first Thursday of every month, and in the evenings, we're moving on over. Beside the library down the road is the Roaring River Vineyards, and we have a book club there called the Reading Trap, and we're in Trap Hill. So what the Reading Trap is about is to read books that you may have forgotten about, or you don't necessarily remember, or you might have skipped over, as they're older books. They're not the newest things out, but they're important things that you should read and know about. They come from a master list of 1,001 books that you should read before you die. I'll show you what we're talking about next month. It's The Daughter of Time by Josephine Tay, and this is a mystery. So let me give you a snippet on the back cover here. I just started reading this book, by the way, and I've finished the first chapter this morning, and it is a page turner already. I'm anxious to see what happens. But there's an inspector who's the main character, Alan Grant, and he finds himself recuperating in the hospital. He's from Scotland Yard, and he's broke his leg, and it must be a severe fracture, because he has to stay in the hospital for a number of days and recuperate. And he becomes so bored that while he's there, folks are bringing, this is how it starts off, folks are bringing him some books to read. You know, when you're in the hospital, you always want to have something good to read. I know I did. Whenever I had my kids and I had to go into the hospital, I had to stop by the library and get a book to take with me. Well, anyway, Inspector Alan Grant is recuperating in the hospital, and he gets so bored. He didn't have any interesting books around, but he becomes fascinated with a portrait of Richard III. This is portrait of Richard III. And he thinks that, Richard III is noted to be the wickedest uncle of history. But how could this very sensitive, noble face actually belong to the world's most heinous villain? Josephine Tay, she was born in the month of July, so that's why we're reading her book. Her actual birthday is escaping me right now, but she's a celebrated author for the month of July. So basically, the Reading Trap, we take books to celebrate the month of the author's birthday. Dava Savell, she was born in June. Josephine Tay, she's born in July. So those were how we picked those books to start with. This looks like it's going to be a lot of fun and a great conversation. So I hope you can join us to visit and read with us at the Reading Trap. Copies of this book are available here in the library. just stop by the top desk upstairs and ask for one. We'll be glad to give you one. And this is kind of a book talking day. I've got other things to share as far as books go. Driving with the Devil. I mentioned this last month, but I didn't have the book on hand to show. So make sure to bring the cover and bring the book so you can see the cover and the race car guy on the front. This is a true story behind NASCAR's hard-scrabble moonshine-fueled origins. This book is about moonshine, Detroit motors, and the birth of NASCAR. Neil Thompson, he wrote the book, lives outside of the mountains of Asheville, North Carolina. And we are very excited because we were chosen with North Carolina Humanities Council to showcase this book. We've got extra copies to give and share with our readers. And we're going to be Zooming live with Neil Thompson on June 23rd. All of that information you can pick up at the library about how to access the conversation, but we want to invite you to our library to sit and listen with us together in our big space and hear the author talk on the big screen. We've got a stock car racer, I believe his name is escaping me. I'm learning about NASCAR and all the drivers. I know his name was Eric, but anyway, he's going to be on hand to talk with the author and talk with us about this book, Driving with the Devil. And here's a little blurb from the back just to entice you to pick it up and read with us. Everybody, by the way, everybody I've talked to who's read this book said how great it was. And I'm in the middle of this one as well. But today's NASCAR, equal parts Disney, Vegas, and Barnum and Bailey, is a multi-billion-dollar conglomeration with 80 million fans, half of them women. It grows bigger and more mainstream by the day. Long before the sport's rampant commercialization lurks a distant history of dark secrets that have been carefully hidden from view until now. So in depression-racked South, with few options beyond factory or farm, a Ford V8 became a ticket to a better life. Driving with the Devil. We go back and look at the bootlegging in the moonshine industry. Bootlegging offered speed, adventure, and wads of cash. Driving with the Devil reveals how the skills needed to outrun federal agents with a load of corn liquor transferred preferably to the red dirt racetracks of Dixie. So in this dynamic era, the 1930s and 40s, three men with a passion for Ford V8s, convicted felon Raymond Parks, foul-mouthed machinist Red Voigt, and crippled war veteran Red Byron, NASCAR's first champ, emerged as first stock car team. And theirs is a violent, poignant story of how moonshine and fast cars merged to create a sport for the South to call its own. That'll get you going there. This is I'm learning a lot of different things about the industry of bootlegging and you know, of course, that's history of our county. Our county is mentioned in this book. North Wilkesboro is mentioned in this book as well. Of course, NASCAR is all up and down the Appalachians, and in the South, Georgia, parts of Georgia are discussed here. But very interesting, especially with the new drive to get the Speedway back. We got the Speedway back. They're working on the North Wilkesboro Speedway. This is a very timely read, and this copy does actually have pictures inside. My copy at home doesn't, but you can see the men with the women. Here's the beauties at the bar with some of the drivers, and it's amazing how fearless they were, and they didn't have all the protective devices that our racers have nowadays. Terrible rollover there, and a crash and burn. Can't tell you enough about how great this book is. Hope you'll pick it up and read with us. I hope you'll enjoy reading that and join us for the conversation with the author. Mara Lynn Tugman, she's our adult services librarian. She actually secured the grant to bring these books to our community. And she will be leading an in-house conversation on June 21st at her book club, which meets every third Tuesday at 4 o'clock. So if you want to visit with us and join us to hear more about Driving with the Devil, I'll just share a little preview for July because I already know what she's picked out for that month. Since we're dealing with oceans of possibility, we all know Old Man in the Sea by Ernest Hemingway, one of my favorite classics. That will be the highlighted read for the month of July. We have a book club for veterans, and this is not just veterans. There are targeted audience, of course, but anyone interested in understanding war, crossing cultural boundaries, talking about and learning about the things that help keep our Americas free is very important. So this is like a big fat book, but there are actually 44 small little excerpts that you can read from. These selections come as far back in history to Homer's Iliad, with accounts by members of the United States Armed Forces who recently served in Iraq and Afghanistan. I guess the sequel will have other things. You know, war continues to plague us across the country, across the world. Actually, especially here, we've been comparing some of the stories in this anthology to what's actually going on in Russia in the fight with Ukraine. So this is a very important conversation about men and women who went away. The stories are real. Some of them are fictional, but a lot of them are just memoirs and actual writings of experiences. They tell the truth about being there, and now we're able to be part of that narrative. The story is called Standing Down, From Warrior to Civilian, or the anthology, Standing Down. Again, 44 selections in the book. We meet every second Friday at 10 a.m. in the library's community space. Veterans are invited. Bring your family, friends, anyone can come. This is an effort to learn more and preserve stories. You know, this kind of complements our Veteran History Project. You'll be hearing all about the Veteran History Project in the coming months. We just got funding from the state library to publish and print our first edition of Wilkes County Veteran History Project. And it's going to be amazing. We've got about a dozen stories already that are preserved in our digital archive. We're adding to our digital archive, and that will be an ongoing thing. But every year we hope to take some of those stories that are online and reprint them in a print format to have booklets on hand that we can share with the veterans and their families, and to share in our community as well. The grant will pay for the printing and publishing, so that's a great way to help us share the written word and keep stories alive, and everybody has a story to tell. Definitely, I want to say thank you to all my amazing staff. They make all these things happen, and they make life here is just great. Every day is a new adventure, and we always learn something new. That's what we're all about, is lifelong learning. So come out and visit us at the Wilkes County Public Library. It's good talking with y'all today. Hope to see you soon. Stop by and say hi. Have a great day.